um, making this video to talk about how we can do, what we can do as a society to make things better for everyone. I think one of the most important things is understanding that we really aren't as important as we think we are, in the sense that we feel like we have a purpose and a meaning. And I'm not saying that we don't have a purpose or a meaning, but I'm saying that there is no, of the purpose that we usually think we have, there is no evidence of it. And that's not to say that there's nothing to look forward to and there's nothing out there. I mean, look what we've found through science already. We've found ways to communicate with each other. We've found ways to take better care of ourselves health-wise. We've learned how to feed most of the world's population, or a lot of it, I should say. I'm not really sure on the numbers on that, but I mean, there couldn't be 6 billion or 7 billion people here on Earth if they couldn't eat. Which I know that's not entirely true, because there's people who can't feed their children, but anyways. And I'm an atheist. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm an atheist because that's cool or anything, but I mean, that's just like we've probably heard before, that's just the easiest way of letting you know what I believe or what I think, just so that you know up front that I don't believe in any type of religion. Now, I'm not saying that religion can't give you morality, or that people haven't derived morality from religion. I'm just simply saying it's not necessary, and that anytime that you deal with religion, you're dealing with the realm of things that you don't understand. Even if you're religious, you can admit that, yeah, you can talk to God, but you can never we can never fully understand God's mind or something like that. And science, on the other hand, says we don't know. We don't know if there's a God, and if there is, maybe there's no point in asking the question of whether there is or isn't. But either way, we can all agree that it's not good to do harm to each other. And if we can just go off that basic fact and then put science behind it all, like treat everybody right through science, then I don't see a better method than that right now. I mean, I'm all up for suggestions and things like that. It's just the way I found to be happy and to treat others better. So me personally, I was a really mean person to a lot of people, and very selfish. And it was through science and education that I kind of helped myself learn more about others and care about them more and understand them better. Because before, it was more like I was really only concerned with myself, my family, and those immediately near me, like my friends. And now I understand that I do have friends, I do have family, but I also do have the people that I share this planet with. And everybody we live with stays here, and we're all sharing this together. And why is it that we let others decide stuff for us? I think that it's very important for us to understand everything and to educate ourselves so that we can start making decisions instead of letting the people who say that they care about us make decisions for us. Because there's a lot of us who sit around and we don't do anything. We don't try to learn anything. We don't try to move forward. But then we sit around and ask ourselves, why is this happening? Why is that happening? And there's answers to those questions, but you just have to find them. And you can't do that by watching TV all day, or listening to music all day, or arguing all day with somebody, or even going to church all day. I'm not saying that you can't be happy with church. I've known a lot of people who are Christians. I used to be a Christian, even though I don't think I was a good person when I was a Christian. But I know a lot of Christians who are good people, and they really want to help people. They really want to make sure nobody goes hungry and that everybody has a fair chance at life, and and things like that. It's just that even though they believe that, I feel like there's still something holding them back, because even though they might still look into science, and they might try to learn more, there's still something there saying that they have a relationship with some supernatural thing. And to just assume that, and to not question it, and to not open your mind to other possibilities is, I think, not a good idea, because we're constantly needing to change. That's what we do. We adapt. And I think it would be better to adapt towards the truth than to keep making stuff up for something that we can't understand. I think that a lot of us squander our time, and we waste time thinking about stuff that really isn't too important. And we find it really hard to do stuff our own way, and to not follow other people, and to not listen to what they say. I think if we all just step back and decide things for ourselves, that it would make society better as a whole, because there would be less pressure. People wouldn't have to worry about getting made fun of, or getting, just a lot of things would be different. And I don't know. I personally, I went to high school. I failed 8th grade, but they still passed me to high school. And in 9th grade, I just stopped caring, really. 8th grade, I really stopped caring, but I was moving around a lot. And by the time I got into the 9th grade and switched schools many times, the curriculum were out of order depending on where I was at, because I would move to a different state. So I would come back to Texas, and they were on something else. So, and really in 9th grade and 10th grade, I would show up to school for a little bit and just go home, and I just didn't care, because I felt like, well, I'm never going to be a scientist and put that stuff to use, so I should just worry about taking care of myself now, sell some weed maybe, and then get a job and just work and just do that and try to become rich or something like that, and do hard work or whatever. But and so I didn't go to school. I didn't learn anything. Like, we had textbooks. I remember the teachers going through a lot of times, and they would tell us to, like, do vocabulary words and stuff, but I don't really remember learning too much. And I remember skipping around the book a lot. But in the past few years, I've started picking up textbooks and reading them, starting from the beginning, and just really focusing and trying to understand it. And it's really changing the way that I think. And I also listen to audiobooks, and I watch lectures, and I try to really sit down and understand what they're saying, even if I don't understand it. And I keep going and going and going until I reach the point that I can't stop thinking about it. So I have to work it out in order to move on. And it does become annoying at times, and it's hard because I don't have anybody to help me with these problems, because I'm not in college right now. But I try to work through it as best as possible, and I think in the end it comes out being a good result, because then since I'm able to kind of teach myself a little bit by reading these books, I'm able to teach others and recite the knowledge that I've gained from the literature. So I think it's really important for a lot, especially those of us who don't have help, who don't have family, who don't have too much encouragement. I think it's really important for us to really buckle down and to seize the opportunity that we have, especially those of us here in the United States. We have so much income and so many resources. We have public libraries. We have grants and we have loans and we have all kinds of things and programs and scholarships to help us get through school. And I think that they wouldn't have wasted our 18 or 14 years or however long we were in school, elementary, middle school, and high school. Why let that go to waste? We reach 18 years old and we say, oh, well, I've graduated high school, that's fine. Why not reach for more? Because it is just a waste if you spend all that time learning how to read and do math if you're not even really using that at work. So I think that if you keep on and you help yourself and you stay focused and try to learn and try to really get a better understanding of life and realize that science is truth. If science is not claiming to have a truth, science can prove to you that something is true. And because science doesn't start with the question of is this reality? Science looks at reality and tries to figure it out, whereas religion tries to say, you know, what's right, what's wrong. We're here already, so no, I don't know. I'm going to take that back because I'm kind of drifting off and thinking about a lot of stuff, trying to make this video without pausing too many times and without stuttering too much. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, and hopefully you comment and ask me questions, because I have a lot of things to talk about atheism, science, religion. I know that a lot of those kind of go hand in hand, but like astronomy, biology, physics. I like neurology or neuroscience. I listen to Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris. I watch their videos. Like some Stephen Hawking. But anyways, if you got any questions or you want to talk about anything, send me a message or do a video response. And even if you're a Christian and you want to debate me, that's fine. I mean, as long as you're open to understanding something different than what you've been taught. Anyways, well, I hope you guys have a good day, and hopefully this has encouraged you, and that you take this to the next step, and that you start helping each other out and helping yourselves out and educating yourselves and learning more about the world around you. Anyway, have a good one.